when asked what your least favorite deck was in Modern, you said, I don't want to make it personal.
Yeah, because I hate Bogles. Because I hate Bogles.
Hello, and before we begin, I just want to let you guys know that this is actually a sister deck to a green-black value deck that's linked below and will pop up in the corner there. Essentially, I was making a green-black sacrifice enchantment deck, and there was just too much going on, so I split it into two separate decks, and this is the enchantment one, if you can't tell from the title. Anyways, this is Bogles. See what I did there? Capital B, capital G for black green, colors of the deck. I know, I'm pretty fucking clever. So just like my mono red Tron deck, that's linked below and will pop up right there, look at all these self-plugs. If you do invest your money in this deck, you're still investing money into core pieces of all Boggle decks. But like all Boggle decks, we need our hexproof creatures, so we're running playsets of each of these. Gladecover Scout, Slippery Boggle, and Silhana Ledgewalker. The Scout and the Boggle are simply 1/1 hexproof creatures for 1, and the Ledgewalker costs 2, but it also can't be blocked except by creatures with flying. And that's it for creatures, we're only running the 12, and then we're going to load them up with enchantments. So we got Ancestral Mask, pretty traditional Pauper Boggle card. Enchanted creature get +2/+2 for each other enchantment on the battlefield, including opponents' ones. We got Rancor, your creature gets +2/+0 and trample, and when Rancor goes to the graveyard from the battlefield it comes back to your hand. And we're running 3 Vampiric Links. For 1 black our creature gets lifelink and Ascent. That's basically the best option we have for lifelink. Unlike the traditional green-white Boggles, we don't have a lot of lifelink in this deck. But we do get other aspects of black, being the recursion effect, so we have Demonic Vigor. For 1 black enchanted creature get +1/+1. And when enchanted creature dies, we get it back to our hand. So we can just replay our Boggles if they happen to die. Necromancer Mage Mark take this to a whole new level. It's an Anthem effect for black and 2. All enchanted creature we control get +1/+1, and if an enchanted creature we control dies, it comes back to our hand. Moving on to more aggressive enchantments, we got Favor of the Overbeing. For 1 green or blue, we enchant a creature. If the creature green, it get +1/+1 in vigilance, and if the creature blue, it get +1/+1 in flying. Well, a Boggle is blue and green, so for 2 we get +2/+2 vigilance flying. A little bit nice evasion, and we can block with it. Predator Gambit is 1 black, enchanted creature get +2/+1, and if it's the only creature we control, it gets Intimidate, so it can only be blocked by artifact creatures and creatures that share a color with it. Again, more evasion and cheap buffing. And finally a single Snake Umbra. Enchanted creature get +1/+1, and whenever it deals damage, we get to draw a card, and it had Totem Armor, but that's less important in a Boggle build. Moving on, we got Fists of Ironwood. For 1 in green, enchanted creature just get Trample. Not that great, but when it comes down we get 2 1/1 Saprolines. Good blockers, good sack fodder, so we'll take that. And finally for enchantments we have Ragged Veins, which is a weird one, but it has to be included in this because it's fucking phenomenal. For 1 in a black, it has Flash, and whenever enchanted creature dealt damage, its controller loses that much life. So if we don't think we can get through one of their pesky little blockers, we can attack, they block, we flash this in, and bam. It's like all our damage was unblocked. Or on the flip side, we have a big Boggle, but they have a bigger board state. They attack in, we block with our Boggle, and then we flash the enchantment on the creature we blocked and they take a bunch of damage. So it's a nice include and a nice combat trick for a green-black deck. For non-enchantments, we got Benefaction of Ronus. For 2 in a green, we reveal top 5 cards of our library, and we take in a creature and an enchantment, put it into our hand so we can get one of our few creatures and one of our many enchantments. And then Night Whisper, 1 in a black, we draw 2 cards and lose 2 life. So that's nice. Moving on to lands, we're running 2 Kalini Garden. They come in tapped, but when they come in, we get a 0/1 plant, again sack fodder or just a blocker. We're running 4 Jungle Hollows, come in, gain a life, can tap for black and green. Rounded out with 7 forests and 6 swamps for 19 lands. And then onto the sideboard, running typical black sideboard card, Disfigure, to get rid of potential blockers or creatures that may bug us like Delver, Shrivel, Yeah, it'll hit our creatures if they're still small, but it'll wipe out a board state that if we can't control it. Duress to get rid of any cards that may hit our board like Electrickery. Natural State to get rid of artifacts or enchantments. Contaminated Ground for Tron decks. Crippling Blight to hit any creature that may be good blockers, maybe Anglers or Dimrova Horrors, stuff that might be hard to get past. And finally, Spider Silk Armor, just to give our creatures a bit more toughness in the butt and reach for any flyers that we may encounter. And that's the deck. I'm not gonna lie, it's a pretty fun deck, and it is fairly competitive. Clearly not as much as the green-white variant, but white is an enchantment color. But if you're looking to run a green-black Boggle deck, it's possible, and here's the list. Again, this is a sister deck, and if you like this deck or the other deck, please like, subscribe, share with your friends, family, all that good shit. And of course, keep having fun. I'll see you guys next time.